I've left the bridge where I'm working in the summers as a bridge master, opening for motorboats and sailing boats. It's on a beautiful island, a bit rural. I hear cows and sheep from across the water, and in the afternoons or evenings I usually take a long walk and find more cows. I chat with them and they are sometimes a bit curious and come and greet me. There is a lot of wildlife around my neighborhood and in my garden. A little two friendly moose, a pheasant. I see sometimes deer, hare and fox. And I have a mink that lives under some rocks by the bridge. I see him sometimes swimming or running over the bridge. One day I was out on my walk and I found him on the gravel road quite far away from his home. He was still wet. He looked a bit disoriented, and I think I came a bit too close for him, so he ran off into the high grass. For a few days I had this grasshopper hanging around outside my door. It was so fun to be able to study it close up. Quite a big size for a Swedish grasshopper, I think. I put him in a plant outside the house. So very beautiful. In Senegal, I found this one a lot bigger and so very colorful when it opened its wings. But I'm happy I get to enjoy animals and interesting insects even here. So eventually it was time to leave my summer bridge and go work at my autumn bridge closer to Stockholm. And here I am at the other bridge in the bridge house here. I'm not gonna show you around because I'm very comfortable in the couch here with my tea. You know me, I'm a tea lady. And yeah, but it's a bit small in here. I have the bed on top of me, like a bunk bed, and the rest of the room is sort of like a little bit bigger than a walk-in closet. No, yeah, but it's not a big place. And but I open the bridge from inside the house, so I'm sitting at a desk doing that type of work, and then I can have a drawing or something going. I can work on the computer and stuff like that. So yeah, so the difference here is that when I don't have a lot of space, I didn't really want to bring all my mixed media supplies here. And so what I'm doing is I taken like the opportunity to do other things instead when I'm here. If you watched, no, it was not another video, it was a post. It was a post on my Facebook page, Christinaart.se. If you don't know about it, check it out, because there you can follow some other things that I'm doing, that you may not see in the videos, but it's a little bit to get a glimpse into my artsy life and what I'm up to, what I'm painting, what I'm drawing. When I'm in the Gambia, I post my ads for my workshops there, and then usually I take some pictures during the workshops with the students, and we take pictures of their work and some process pictures there too. So a little bit of my life there, mostly there. In one of the last posts, I think, that I wrote that I have a plan for my coming videos, that I'm gonna be doing them a little bit differently. In the summer, I posted 3 videos. They kind of like they built on top of each other, and one was when I made collage papers. The other one, and then I had one where I showed how I create all my templates, and then another one where I created a collage fish from all these papers and some cardboard and a lot of details and things and what I created from it. I'm thinking of changing the style of video, not indefinitely, but temporarily, to be more sort of me sitting chatting and drinking tea, or maybe I should have some of my tea. I'm just blabbing away, and where I can sit and talk about what I'm up to, and show you finished pieces that I've done, rather than to film like the process when I'm drawing, when I'm painting, because it's when I edit that, it's kind of time consuming. And don't get me wrong, I love editing. I think it's sort of like almost like an art in itself, but it's a little bit of a different pressure when I'm filming, when I'm doing something, like when I'm really concentrating on getting the lines right and everything, and then when I have a camera going, it's but I've made a lot of videos where I do paint and I do create stamps and I do draw and everything, but I decided just to make it a little bit easy for me, and edit a little bit less, and because the editing is so time consuming, and I rather want to be able to give you some videos more on a frequent basis in a way, and I hope you can enjoy it anyway. And I'm sitting chatting. Could be about creativity, can be about things I've done, whatever. So and I hope you liked my little nature film in the beginning. That was fun to cut together. But anyway, so when I'm here, I take the opportunity, instead of painting and all that, I take the opportunity to really get into drawing. And it could be pencil drawings, or it could be illustrations that I color in with my my pro markers, these alcohol-based markers that I always talk about. And and I brought a whole box of them. I have so many colors, and still I haven't used them, because I only made one single drawing since I came. I've been here like 1.5 weeks already, and that's all I managed. But I was thinking I was going to show you just a little bit small supplies around pencil drawings. It's not a lot of supplies, but it might be fun for you to see what I'm using anyway. So I'm going to put down my tea. So for my drawings, I use like a board that I put my paper on, and it's really lightweight, because it's I think it's like some dense foam inside, but it's very sturdy, very hard, very flat and smooth. And you can buy in different sizes. You can also cut to your preferred size. And then I just put my paper on top like this. Then I have a little paper clip, one of those, that I kind of fasten it with like that. And then and then I can move it around. I can have it on my desk. I can also bring it to to the couch and sit here and be very comfortable drawing, you know, and just move it around, put it in my backpack when I'm bringing it from one place to the next. So that's very good. And yeah, and so the drawing I made, I can just show you. I had it like this, and that was, maybe you've seen it on, if you've been, oh, it's a lot of shining light here, I don't know. But anyway, I posted it on Facebook, Christinaart.se. It depends on what kind of drawing or illustration or whatever I'm doing. If I'm going to use only graphite pencil, I like to use sort of a sketch pad paper. That could sometimes be a little bit thicker, but also because it has some sort of little bit texture, it's a little bit porous, so it can hold the graphite better. Yeah, you can get it really black when you draw. A regular copy paper, it's thinner, but it has that little bit of, yeah, I'm quite satisfied with that when I do my pure pencil drawings. Then if I'm gonna do an illustration where I'm gonna color it with my pro markers, my alcohol-based markers, then I like to use another paper. It's like copy paper is 80 grams per square meter. You call it just 80 grams. And then this other paper that I'm using for that is 120. It's a little bit more firm, the surface. It is not so porous. I wouldn't call it like glossy, not really, but it's quite firm. So when you color with the alcohol-based markers, the other type of paper, what can happen is that it bleeds a little bit, but here it stays a little bit more, on the line. Very good. And yes, so that's that. When I draw with pencils, I like mechanical pencils. I do have, this kind of set of pencils where you have from the absolute thinnest, hardest to the softest, where you can get a broad line where it has a lot of loose graphite, like the whole set. But actually, when I draw my lines, I like these mechanical pens, and I've had a bunch of them, and I didn't even buy them myself in an art store. I've been gifted, a few, and it's the type of type of pen you get, like when you go to a conference. Maybe you get like a little pad of paper and a pen, very easy. But the problem, so I like them, but the problem is the eraser on top. When it's gone, it's gone. So yeah, so for some time I used this. This is an eraser pen. It's called, I don't know how you say, mapped or mapped, or yeah. Anyway, so you have like a round, long eraser thing that you can kind of push out like this. And because I really enjoy I really like to erase with a pen rather than with a little eraser like this, so I kind of like that. But I couldn't find refill for it. It's like I couldn't even find the pen in the end, like the eraser pen. So I bought, a while ago, I bought this one, another type of mechanical pen. It's a Faber-Castell, and it's very, it's comfortable to hold, and it has a eraser on top, but there you can it comes with refills, or you can actually buy refills. So I bought refills, a little pack here of 3 refill erasers that I can replace as I use it. And the thing is, the excellent thing is that I realized they fit into this pen. Perfect. And also, one thing that I really love about having this type of eraser on the top of the pencil is that when it gets a little bit dirty from the graphite, I can just take a scissor and just cut off the very outer tip of it. I cut it off, and then I have a clean eraser again, and also like a very sharp edge. It's perfect, because I'm gonna show you again my little leopard here. You see his whiskers, you know, that is white on top of very dark graphite. So that's what I do. I sort of take like a very sharp edged eraser, and I sort of just draw the white whiskers with the eraser. So it's fantastic. And another thing, I almost forgot about it. I put out some things for you, and I thought like, oh yeah, you know, pencil drawings, how many supplies can there be? But then I forgot something very, very good. And that is a stomp. I think in English you call it that. In Swedish, I think it's called stomp. I have to make sure I say the right word. If it's wrong, I will put it here on the screen. But so this is like a stick of really hard pressed paper, you could say. That's what I think it is. And then you use it to smudge the graphite to make shading, you know. And instead of, you know, like normally I would do a lot with my finger like that, but it's not a good idea. This is a lot, but you know, the result from this is actually very good. So that is what I use for shading my drawings. Yeah, so next up would be for me to start working again on some small little characters, you know, my children art style, small little baby animal type of characters. Yeah, I have to say, out of everything, I think that is what brings me most joy, to create these children's books art style kind of. And last autumn I created a few and that I posted, and so my favorite was this baby hippo, yeah, and this elephant, and I also made a baby monkey girl, and a lamb. And this elephant, I made a video that you can see how I created it, how I drew it, how I colored it with my pro markers. So I'm gonna link to that video in the end of this video. And so that is what, you know, what I can see I have ahead of me to start creating more of these characters. I have different art styles, I know, and I like to work with different mediums, different sizes, you know, in many different ways, and I like that. It's sort of like, even though I have maybe a favorite thing, I still need those other outlets to be able to express myself, you know, in different ways. So yeah, in the autumn, yeah, when I'm sitting here and I'm creating my small little characters, I like sometimes to work really small. I remember actually one time I got so tired of all the mixed media art supplies. I was like, no, I'm gonna from now on I'm gonna start working very small. I'm gonna do digital drawing, digital coloring, you know, work only in my computer. I was like, so. And then the next week I decided to make a mural on my wall. So yeah, so it's good. You know, to change. If you lose a little bit of the inspiration or motivation or the juice for doing one thing, then you go to another thing for some time, then you can come back, you know. Anyway, I'm not going to be blabbing. I see I already talked for 20 minutes. I want to keep these videos not too lengthy. I hope you find time for creativity, and yeah, so I hope to check in with you soon. So I hope, yeah, that's what I hope. So until next time, stay well, and if you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe and give it a thumbs up if you like the video. Okay, bye bye.